back to my page. So today we are doing Cook With Me 3 different meals throughout the week. Tonight we're going to be making a Southwestern Alfredo dish, a new soup recipe, and chickpea tacos. I know those sound a little weird, but I have been binge watching June from the Delish YouTube channel. She comes up with some crazy recipes. I'm so impressed by them, so I just wanted to try that one out. It sounded so good. All the recipes will be posted down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get all the notifications for the upcoming videos. So I'm going to attempt to do everything in one pan. I have 1 diced up red pepper, about 3.5 ounces of jalapenos. I'm just using this little bag that I found on clearance. It does call for like a 3-ounce can of green chilies, but I'm going to use this. It's fine. So we're going to get this sauteed in about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, nice and softened, and then we're going to take this out, add water, boil it, and add in the penne, I can't say this, pasta, but this is the type of pasta that we're going to be using for this recipe. They have been sauteing for a little bit. I'm cheating, I'm using another plate, but I'm going to be just dumping this out, adding the water, letting that boil and cook down on the pasta. Okay, so with the pasta almost done, this is the point where if you had the frozen corn, you would add it in and cook it all down and then drain it. But since I don't, we're just going to go ahead and drain the pasta and cook the chicken. So the recipe calls for about 3 cups of chicken. I have 3 chicken breasts here. It didn't say anything about seasoning them, but I'm going to. I'm just going to do salt, pepper, and a little bit of the taco seasoning because you will be adding taco seasoning in later. Okay, so add the bell pepper and the jalapeno back in. All of the chicken. Yeah, I think my bowl is a little too small. So I might mix everything into the KitchenAid bowl. So just a heads up, if you're going to do a 1-pot meal, just make sure you get a bowl that is big enough. I'm going to add that to the KitchenAid bowl. Add the pasta back in, and I'll go ahead and add Alfredo sauce and the taco seasoning to the pasta. So I'm using the 4 cheese Alfredo sauce from Kroger. If that'll focus in. There we go. This is a 16-ounce can. Make sure you add water to it and then get the rest of that out. And then 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I'm going to try to add some of the mixture in so we can get it warm and coated. Mixed everything into the bigger bowl just to kind of get everything stirred together. So kind of did a 1-pot meal if my pot was big enough. So you can top this with some sour cream, some cheese. I think I'm going to add some Mexi cheese to it because I add cheese to everything. Avocado, basically whatever you would like. And then it is done. I just added cheese to mine. I did heat it up just for a little bit because life got in the way and I forgot to cook the bread. So I just did the bread with butter and a little bit of taco seasoning on top just for a side. Sheldon hasn't made his bowl yet, but how much we have, there's definitely going to be leftovers for lunch tomorrow. This is really, really good. The spice level is just right. If you're like me and you like your mouth to be on fire, might add a little bit more taco seasoning or more jalapenos, but This turned out really good. So meal number 2 is going to be a crock pot orzo soup. I am going to go ahead and make this, but you can definitely prep all of this, put it in the freezer. What you'll be freezing would be the Italian sausage, the tomatoes, diced onions, carrots, all the seasonings, and then whenever you're ready to cook it on that day, you're just going to add the chicken broth, the pasta, and a cup of Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and start and getting everything cooked up and diced, put everything in the crock pot. It's about 4 o'clock now. We'll probably be eating about 7:30, 8 o'clock. This will take 2 to 2.5 hours on high or low for 4 to 4.5 hours. In the crock pot, we're gonna add 1 pound of Italian sausage, cooked and drained. Onion, 2 carrots, and 2 celery stalk. 1 tablespoon of garlic. And 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And 1 teaspoon of pepper. 1 can of diced tomatoes. I got a 14.5 ounce can, and I'm going to be using the fire roasted diced garlic. You can just use a plain can of diced tomatoes, but this one was on sale, and I figured the fire roasted would give this even more flavor. So just give that a nice stir. This is at the point of if you were not going to make this today, you could freeze. So you would freeze everything that you just put in the crock pot, and then the day of cooking, you are going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. And we're just going to turn this on high for 2.5 hours. About 20 to 15 minutes before it is done cooking, that's when we are going to add in the 1/2 cup of orzo pasta. So we'll just put the lid on that and let it cook down and come back in 2 hours. We're gonna add 2 cups of the orzo pasta. It calls for 1/2 cup, but I wanted to add a little bit more. And we're just going to cook this for about 10 minutes, just until that pasta is nice and tender. This is the finished product. I think I'm just going to top mine with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. But the pasta took about 10 minutes to cook. Everything smells so good. Night 3 has come and gone, and I can say with full confidence that the chickpea recipe was our absolute favorite. For me, it was the chickpea, the soup, and then the pasta. And my husband, it was the chickpea, the pasta, and the soup. I'll say I forgot the Parmesan cheese in the soup, so if you would like to add cheese to that, you definitely can. The chickpea recipe, somehow between the seasonings, the chipotle sauce, and the ketchup, it really did taste like a barbecue sauce. I was so surprised. So I hope you guys enjoyed. My daughter's laughing at me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all the notifications for the upcoming videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this last recipe. I will see you next time. What we're gonna do is saute 1/2 onion. I'm gonna add the chickpeas in. The spices are going to be 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Tablespoons of ketchup. And 3 tablespoons of chipotle sauce. So this is the only chipotle type of sauce that I could find at my store, so hopefully it is okay. And that's going to be more of like the chunked peppers, but we'll try to get as much as like the juice sauce. And I'll just do 1/2 of the other one. Give that a nice stir. Add some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to mine because sometimes my pot sticks, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything off the bottom. If you have a larger family, I might do 2 cans of chickpeas because this is before I have put anything on it. And this is Sheldon's plate after he's put everything on it. So it's kind of enough for the 2 of us, but if you have a larger family, I would definitely do 2 cans of chickpeas. But I definitely like the flavor. Are you gonna take a bite?